going to make a sandwich and a salad, not soup and salad, not soup and sandwich and a salad. So I ran across this really cool video of somebody making a Reuben sandwich, which is one of my favorites, but making it with like veggie based, okay? So I'm super excited to try this. So I started with tempeh, and so tempeh comes in like one piece. You can see like the soybeans in it. So it's kind of like tofu, but it's much firmer. And you can see like all the beans, like the soybeans, you can see them in there, right? It's got a lot of texture. So I took the piece out, cut it in half so they were squares, and then I sliced the square down the middle to make it thinner, okay? This is gonna be like my corned beef. So this has been soaking for about a half an hour in low sodium tamari and a couple of bay leaves and some mustard seed and some fresh garlic. And it's been soaking, like I said, for just over 30 minutes. And I have a pan, a nonstick pan going on the oven right now, and I'm gonna put these soaked slices on there and start grilling or cooking or sauteing them or whatever. And the goal is to try to get it so that the edges get a little crispy, because that's gonna give that corned beef texture taste-ish, okay? So that's going in my pan. All right, so that's going in my pan, and I'm just gonna keep an eye on it. But while that is, so the beautiful thing about tempeh is it's already cooked all the way through. So you just want to warm it up all the way through. And like I said, I want to try to get my edges a little crispy, so I'm gonna leave it in there for a little bit. But I'm gonna flip it over. So meanwhile, we're gonna make the Thousand Island dressing, right? Because that's what you need when you're having a Reuben sandwich, right? It's a Thousand Island dressing. So it's gonna be based with soft silken tofu, about 8 ounces of this. This is 12, so I'm probably gonna scoop out most of it and put it in there. And then I have a half a cup of organic ketchup, and the organic ketchup is made with like, it still has sugar in it, but it's like real sugar. It's not like high fructose syrup and stuff like that. And then they use dill relish, and I don't have any relish. So I did have some spicy garlic pickles that I just chopped up really fine. So this is just over half a cup, and that's what's gonna go in my sauce, and we're gonna make it in here. Meanwhile, I also have this amazing rye bread, because when you're gonna have it, you gotta have it on rye, right? So I did my best to find a clean rye at my normal grocery store, and I couldn't. So I did run up to the Whole Foods. We don't have Whole Foods up here, but Natural Market, and they did have this really good one put out by Mestenmacher. And it's, listen to the ingredients on this, okay? So the ingredients are whole kernel rye, water, wholemeal rye flour, a little salt, oat fiber, and yeast. And that's it. And so I've got that toasting because nothing says Reuben like a toasted rye, right? At least for me. So I knew I wanted to get a good rye bread. And I wanted to get it as clean as I could. Okay, so for the Thousand Island dressing, oh, you know what else we need? Apparently this is all the sauerkraut I have left. You want to look for a good sauerkraut too. This is an organic sauerkraut. Sometimes it should just be cabbage and salt, but sometimes read the labels, because sometimes they'll add all kinds of weird stuff in it, so make sure you read the label on that. So definitely going with silken tofu, because it will actually blend better than the other kind that just gets crumbly. And this we want to make it feel saucy, right? So we definitely like this. And this is great because this just sits on the shelf, so it's really stable because of the way it's packed. And then oh hey, Look, there's just enough of them there, so that's about 8 ounces. That sounds good. And we're putting in our ketchup. And my relish, which is just basically garlic pickles. And it's gonna go in a blender because we want to get it all saucy like a Thousand Island dressing. That's what it's supposed to look like, okay? I think I need to go flip my I just flipped over my tempeh. My toast didn't feel quite toasty, so I put it back in a little bit more. I am going to go and pour the rest of this sauce over in that pan too and let it kind of simmer in those juices because, you know, why waste the flavor? So the tamari, of course, is very, very salty. And when you're eating a little more plant-based, you really want to kind of kick up those flavors sometimes without actually adding a lot of salt or sugar or fat, right? Sometimes you just want those little bit of flavors, right? So you try to get it where you can. So again, that was less sodium tamari. And this is going to be... very Thousand Island-y. Oh, look at that. Yeah, for sure. Very Thousand Island-y. Way healthier, right? Like, we controlled all the outside of the sugar that was in the ketchup. But we control it, right? We're controlling it. I like that. And check in my tempeh. Oh, that smells really good. All right, let's pour this out into a bowl. There you go. Look at that. That is Thousand Island dressing. Can you see it? I don't know, but it is super orangey looking. And it's got the pickles in there. And here comes my toast. So my pan on the stove is set at like 8, so just below high. And you can hear it kind of cooking. I'll show it to you. So see how it's starting to get a little crispy on the edges there. Definitely smells really good. I'm gonna grab my plate and get my toast. I'm excited, guys. got my rye toast here. Yeah, it's nice and toasted. This is a really thin rye as well. Really heart healthy, whole grain. Only 40 grams or more per serving of the whole grain, which is awesome. It was so funny because when I bought it, she goes, "Are you gonna make that? What's on the picture?" Which is like these little cucumber sandwiches with tomatoes. I'm like, "Oh no!" I'm making a vegan Reuben, and she's like, "What?" So, get a fork for this because we want to kind of drain it out. I don't even know when the last time was that I've had a Reuben, so I'm super excited about this. So I'm gonna like actually kind of spread this on my toast. And then I'm going to be really good too if you want, which I'm not going to do because I'm going to actually make a salad to go with this, but you could put greens on this as well. So you could put some spinach chopped up on there, or some pea shoots, or some sprouts of some kind. Call that good because I'm getting hungry. So see how this is, and there's still the mustard seeds on there too, so that gives it a little texture. Now you could cut this up into slices, but I'm gonna do like a manly sandwich here, and I'm just gonna leave it full, my corned beef, full like that. And then I'm going to put my sauerkraut right on top of here. Again, sauerkraut does have salt in it, I get that, so if you're trying to do low sodium, this might not be the best sandwich for you. But, and I'm probably going to drizzle just a little bit more of this dressing on there because, you know, it's got to be messy, right? You could take your sauerkraut and just like that. Oh, nice and messy. I'm gonna have to have a napkin to eat this. But there we go. Plant-based version of a classic Reuben sandwich. Ooh, all that dressing's falling out. That's really good. I really like this. Oh, this is a keeper for me. Oh my gosh, you guys, you gotta try this. Let me know if you try it. Use what you have, right? Use what you have. If you have soy sauce, not tamari, it's very similar, right? Use that, preferably low sodium. If you don't have sylvan tofu and you have the other one, use that. If you have actually have dill relish, use that. The tempeh soaking like that, and you could soak that tempeh even longer, but I did mine for about 30-40 minutes. But it soaked up all that flavor, and then you heat it all the way through, but it's got that bite and that texture like meat would. And then the rye really pulls it together and makes it special. So I hope you give it a try. This vegan Reuben sandwich. Have a great day. Bye.